There was a moment when Vinícius Júnior seemed destined to dominate world football. From the skinny kid who left Flamengo for Real Madrid amid-doubt, to the star who decided a Champions League final against Liverpool in 2022 and was voted one of the best players in the world in 2024. He was a symbol of a new generation, carrying the hopes of the Brazilian national team and dazzling Europe with his runs, dribbles, and goals. In the game, Camavinga leaves. If he wants, there's Vinícius Júnior KS. Vinícius Júnior shoots. He shoots. Here's a monster. Here's a monster. Goal. He falls. The referee says there was absolutely nothing. Vinícius Júnior carries. He tries the shot. Goal from Malvadeza. Goal. But time passed and scenario changed. Today, Vinícius lives through a phase of questioning. With the national team, his numbers are modest, fewer than 5 goals in over 30 official matches, far below what is expected from a forward with star status. For many, he never managed to take on the role of protagonist for Brazil. In decisive moments, such as the 2022 World Cup and the 2024 Copa America, his lack of impact weighed even more. At Real Madrid, the arrival of new stars like Kylian Mbappé and Jude Bellingham shifted the balance of power. Vinícius remains important, but is no longer the only point of reference in attack. At times, he even lost space in Xabi Alonso's tactical scheme, which demands more discipline and less freedom than he once had under Ancelotti. Adding to this, a series of muscle injuries broke his rhythm, and the narrative was set. From Ballon d'Or contender, Vinícius came to be seen as an irregular player. The inevitable question arises, what happened to Vinícius Júnior? He is still only 25, at the physical peak of his career, but seems to be battling the weight of expectations and the shadow of a new generation rising around him. Will he reinvent himself to regain protagonism, or be marked as a star who promised more than he delivered? I'll do it 10 times if necessary, and they are not ready. That was what the Brazilian said after not winning the 2024 Ballon d'Or. But currently Vinícius Júnior is the second most devalued player in the world, according to Transfermarkt, behind only the Englishman Phil Foden of Manchester City. In 2024, Vinícius' estimated value was €200 million, but with his current form, it dropped €30 million, now at €170 million. Besides losing the Ballon d'Or to City's midfielder Rodri, he also scored fewer times in La Liga. At Real Madrid, his future is uncertain due to contract renewal issues and Xabi Alonso's tactical changes, while with Brazil the situation is no less worrying. The truth is Vinícius has never managed to replicate in the yellow shirt the brilliance he displayed in Madrid. The numbers speak clearly. In 41 official matches for Brazil, Vinícius has only 7 goals. For a forward once considered a Ballon d'Or candidate, this is far below expectations. The pressure is even greater because he arrived as Neymar's natural successor, the face of a generation, but never actually assumed that protagonism. In decisive tournaments, this lack of impact was even more evident. At the 2022 World Cup, despite good performances in the group stage, he failed to be decisive against Croatia, when Brazil was eliminated. In the 2024 Copa America, an injury and inconsistent performances kept him from the central role many expected. With this, pressure from the press and fans intensified. Vinícius came to be seen more as an unfulfilled promise and consolidated reference for the national team. Another factor weighed against him. Under Carlo Ancelotti, Vinícius lost space in the tactical plan, with the Italian coach prioritizing defensive balance and the rise of other talents. The result is a star who, at 25, should be at his peak with the national team but has yet to write a defining chapter with Brazil. This absence is used against him, especially in comparison to other stars who, at similar ages, were already decisive in World Cups and qualifiers. In the end, the national team painfully reflect what Real Madrid has also begun to show. Vinícius still needs to prove he can be the protagonist, not just a secondary star among others. Because of this decline in form and protagonism, his contract renewal is stalled at Real Madrid. A source close to the player admitted to ESPN that, at this moment, it makes no sense to extend the deal under the value presented by the club. Vinícius' current contract runs until the end of the 2026-27 season. His salary, including bonuses, is around €17 million net per year. The club has tried offering up to €20 million fixed, but his staff demands more, with bonuses potentially reaching €30 million, a figure Real Madrid sees as unrealistic. He wants to be the highest-paid player in the squad. Real disagrees. The club tries to avoid a wage war, signaling it will not exceed its salary ceiling in order to maintain internal balance, especially when Mbappé and Bellingham considered the project stars. And in this impasse, Xabi Alonso has made things clear. Mbappé is a priority, and whoever is in the best form will play. Against Osasuna, for example, Mbappé was a focus while Vinícius played a deeper role and was substituted in the 78th minute by Gonzalo Garcia. According to Mundo Deportivo, Real Madrid does not rule out selling the player if a substantial offer arrives. The situation is linked to Mbappé's arrival as the new face of the project. The club sees a big transfer as a chance to reshape the squad in line with Xabi Alonso's plans. The Saudi Pro League even presented a record-breaking offer, reportedly €350 million, surpassing Neymar's world record transfer of 2017. If it happened, Vinícius will become the most expensive player in history. But sources claim the player rejected the deal, choosing to remain in Madrid. Diario AS conducted a poll among Madrid fans regarding a possible sale of Vinícius. Results were divided. 57.6% would sell him given his wage demands, while 42.4% prefer to keep him. Despite this, sources confirm that Vinícius wants to stay at the club, contrary to rumors about a Saudi move. It has become a crisis of status and money between someone who has already shone greatly and who still wants to shine without compromise. Will this chapter end with renewal or farewell? At Real Madrid, the future is uncertain. The renewal remains stuck, and the board does not rule out a sale if a €1 billion offer arrives. With Brazil, the challenge is even greater. He still carries the stigma of not being decisive. The truth is that Vinícius is at a turning point. Either he delivers a response everyone expects and returns to the level of 2023, fighting for the Ballon d'Or, or he risks being remembered as a talent who fell short of his promise. What happened to Vinícius Júnior is not just about declining performances, but about the weight of sustaining global star status in an increasingly competitive landscape. Now time will tell. Will he reinvent himself and reclaim his role, or be marked as a star who peaked too early and couldn't keep the flame alive? Now, comment below your projection for Vinícius Júnior at Real Madrid in the 2025-26 season. I want to know your opinion. That's it for today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.